Hello and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll hear about a club at Carroll that focuses on the courtroom.
You'll see Carroll staff and students jump into freezing water for charity.
And you'll hear how one group wants you to donate your old shoes.
All of that and more coming up next.
Who is going to be the one that's guilty? How do you want to defend it?
Gotta be thankful because, tomorrow is never promised.
Actually lost all of the remaining hearing overnight.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Natalie Winter.
And I'm Niang Mei.
If you took a theater class last year, you may remember a substitute teacher who filled in for current theater teacher Emily Arata.
Studio 415 reporter Caleb Cox takes you downtown to the landing to see what Gavin Thomas Drew's brand new play Equals has to offer.
Former Carroll substitute teacher Gavin Thomas Drew, now full-time theater teacher at East Noble High School, has been writing a one-man play alongside Dakota Norman since November of 2023. Since Drew was 6 years old, he has loved nothing more than to perform on stage. From the mayor of Munchkinland to Snoopy from Charlie Brown, Drew has played numerous roles over the years. However, in 2015, Drew faced an obstacle that would be difficult to overcome.
I was in show choir at Norwell High School, and I noticed that I was having trouble hearing my band, my backup band. And we went and got things checked out. I had a little bit of hearing loss, and then it just kind of stayed the same. It was just like barely a little bit of hearing loss. And then when I was a junior in college at Oklahoma City University, I actually lost all of the remaining hearing overnight.
While losing his hearing was a difficult and tragic event, this has not stopped Drew from performing. The play will be performed downtown at the local archive at the Landing, March 2nd. The local archive is a collaborative, creative, artistic space used mainly for photography. Co-owner of the local archive, Amber Reed, jumped at the opportunity to host Drew's new play.
He struck me as somebody that was super creative, so when we first connected, I actually brought him to the space and said, hey, if you have anything at all that pops up to your head as far as theater is concerned and you can use this space, our space is here for the arts. And he told me, hey, I think I have something. And so hence now we are putting on this production.
The title of the play, Equals, comes from the idea that tragedy plus time equals comedy. As tragic as losing his hearing was, Drew does not shy away from making jokes about it, which is what the play is all about.
Time is kind of the problem because we never know how long is enough time, right? Everybody is different. So that's what this whole play explores, is this idea of like big tragedies and little tragedies. How much time does it take before we can find them funny?
If you're looking for a different way to enjoy theater, or you want to support Summit City Music Theater, come to the Landing at the local archive to see Drew's new play Equals, March 2nd. For Studio 415, I'm Caleb Cox.
There's a new club at Carroll that gives students the opportunity for practicing being the prosecution or defense in a court case.
Studio 415 reporter Tanner Marker spoke with the president of the club to find out what they do and how they prepare for regionals.
This year, mock trial was introduced to Carroll. Brought here by junior Antonio and Chesalu, mock trial is a club where you are given a real court case, determine the witnesses, and how the case will be defended. After some preparation, the case is then taken to a competition against other schools. In mock trial, there are two teams. Team A with 13 members has the prosecution and defense side because of the larger group of people, while Team B has only 7 members, so the roles of prosecution and defense are shared. Over the last summer, Chesalu visited Stanford to get a little taste of what mock trial is like. There he grew his understanding of mock trial and decided that he wanted to bring it back to Fort Wayne. And Chesalu says that his goal from mock trial was giving students the same opportunity he was given.
Carroll's such a big school. There's so many people here. I knew that there would be interest, and I wanted other people to have this, to share this experience with me and to have this opportunity because I knew people would want to do it.
And Chesalu says that mock trial does not require an interest in law or English, but gives students the opportunity to practice their speech and swift thinking skills.
I think it's a stronger point for the prosecution to use one of the witnesses they're crossing, that study against them.
The skills that are developed in this club can be used for the rest of your life, whether that be in college or a future job. They welcome people from all experience levels with a majority of their members starting with no experience. The first 2 to 3 weeks of this club are spent learning and absorbing the information in mock trial, starting with the complete basics.
That it wasn't actually his medication that was the issue, it was his health. That would be a theory, okay? That's an example. That's one example.
And Cheslu says that he wants to give students the chance to participate in mock trial because of the lack of availability at Carroll. And Cheslu says that mock trial allowed him to develop his skills in multiple areas.
It's great to practice like your writing skills, to practice argumentative skills, be better, quick on your feet. Sometimes people don't have that opportunity, especially in high school, and to get that now is a great to set up for future in college and your jobs.
This month, mock trial got the chance to partake in regionals. Taking place in South Bend, the team competed with multiple schools attempting to advance to the next level. The team unfortunately missed the mark, placing 5th with the top 4 teams making it to state.
If you are interested in joining mock trial next year, please email Jamie Wizda or Antonio and Cheslu with their school emails. For Studio 415, I'm Tanner Marker.
The Special Olympics program has partnered with IHSAA Athletics for the past 11 years and has conducted many fundraising events along the way.
Studio 415 reporter Carson Beeman's story tells you what the Polar Plunge is all about, and he joins us in the studio with more.
It was a high of 50 degrees and a low of 31 degrees on that day, but that didn't stop NACS staff and students from shedding their warm clothes and jumping into the icy waters for charity. It all goes back to Boston, Massachusetts, 1904. It was a New Year's tradition to jump into icy waters for a swim. Now, with the motto, "Be bold, get cold," the Special Olympics program celebrated the 25th year anniversary of the event on February 10th. Both the Carroll football team and Unified team plunged this February and raised a collective $8,140 in support of the Special Olympics. CHS junior Will Jeffries, who participated in the event, feels a sense of gratitude when taking part in the Polar Plunge.
You gotta be thankful because tomorrow is never promised, and so just to wake up with your health and just to be able to be you, I think that's just really important.
The Polar Plunge raises money each year, and people in many places all over the U.S. run into ice-cold water after raising money for the Special Olympics. The Special Olympics is an organization working to provide a welcoming environment for athletes with and without disabilities. Carroll's Unified Athletics raises money and participates in the Polar Plunge every year. NACS PE teacher and former Unified Athletics coach Alan Bodenstein finds getting donations key for making an impact on the Special Olympics as well as the students a part of it.
The whole goal of the Polar Plunge is to get people out raising money. The more money, the more programs they can put on, the less money it costs the actual athletes, if anything. So, it's real important to get out there and knock on doors and make phone calls.
The total amount raised in Fort Wayne on February 10th this year was just over $116,000. It successfully featured things like food trucks and silent auctions to get support as well. The event included more than just Carroll. East Noble, DeKalb, Northside, and 6 other local schools also raised money and plunged. Co-chair of the Fort Wayne Polar Plunge, Julie Burkholder, sees many places where Carroll students and anyone wanting to do so can get involved.
Or you can come out and volunteer, be a unified partner. Many of our sports, we have a unified partner opportunity, just like your Champions Together at Carroll. So you can come out and play golf with some of our athletes or do another unified sport. So get involved with a volunteer, even if it's just coming out for one day.
If you'd like to show support for the Special Olympics, please feel free to go to soindiana.org and click on the big red donate button. Also, make sure to support your Carroll Unified Athletics. For Studio 415, I'm Carson Beeman.
One sports team at Carroll High School has made it their mission to help out those struggling to provide comfort for their feet.
In our story, Niang and I show you how the Carroll track and field team is trying to make a difference in the communities they serve.
An essential that enhances all athletes' performance and ensures the safety of our feet is shoes. These are often taken for granted, but by several Carroll students, the struggles of those who aren't as fortunate have been recognized. One CHS senior, Hadley Snell, was inspired as a sophomore with wanting to start a charity event of some sort. With her being aware of shoe bins located in the Allen County Public Library and various physical therapy locations, she discovered Changing Footprints. Through online research, she then contacted the nonprofit organization and has been partnered with them since, thus officially making this the 3rd year of the shoe drive being held. Throughout the years, she's also guided fellow members from the track and field team in helping prepare the organization. They are then tasked with responsibilities needed to ensure the event's continuation. As the fundraiser director, Snell reveals how she maintains the event, including like staying in contact with a local Changing Footprints administrator.
Initially, I had to email administrators to figure out what dates would work best, and I emailed the organization itself so that we got the correct number of bins, and then I organized people to come help sort the shoes in the mornings and make posters.
During Carroll's annual partnerships, shoe bins can be found in the Commons, Freshman Cafeteria, and Room 101, home to Carroll's track and field coach, Luke Miller. In addition, posters are hung up around the school as a reminder for students to spare their time in giving something up for those in the community. The CHS track team social media page also serves as another method in spreading the news of the shoe drive. From these shoe drives, the shoes are then given to Changing Footprints so they can be distributed all throughout the community, state, and internationally. Overall, Changing Footprints receives over 50 tons or 100,000 pairs of shoes that do not end up in landfill and are put towards a good cause. The Carroll organizers are aware of how beneficial this shoe drive is to many individuals. CGS Jr. Antonio Ucheslu hopes that when he graduates, he can pass this tradition on to future runners at CHS.
Hopefully this shoe drive goes on forever. We call it the annual shoe drive for a reason. We want it to continue. We want it to be a thing that is the track team is known for and will continue to be known for.
Although the bids were only out on January 24th through February the 2nd, donations can still be made possible to the athletic office and locations listed on changingfootprints.org. For Studio 415, I'm Yang Mei. Boys swim and dive, hockey, gymnastics, and basketball are in the postseason trying to make runs to state.
Chase Roberts is back to recap where each team is in their season on this week's Charter Sports Center.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Charter Sports Center. I'm Chase Roberts. Boys swim and dive competed in their state finals this weekend. The team finished 11th in the state. Carroll Hockey traveled to South Bend this weekend to compete in their state tournament games, where they lost their first game 4-1 versus Southwest Michigan. Continuing in the losers bracket, the Charters won their match 5-1 against Penn and went on to beat Southwest Michigan 7-4. To end their run in the tournament, the Charters lost to Evansville 3-2 in overtime. Junior Carter Ganau tells the Charter Sports Center how he thinks the season went.
I thought we looked good this season. I thought we had a lot of accomplishments. We won city. We went 17-0. We made a really good impression in the state. Unfortunately, we lost in semi-state, but I thought we had a really good year as a team. We had a lot of players come together, and it was a good year altogether.
Carroll basketball played SAC rival Bishop Luers last Friday, where they followed the Knights 77-66. Jackson Parton and Cannon Hauser led the team with 20 points each. The Charter Sports Center would like to congratulate senior Jackson Parton on scoring his 1,000th career point as a Carroll Charger. That's all we have today for the Charter Sports Center. I'm Chase Roberts. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching.
If there's a story you'd like us to cover, please let us know.
And from all of us here at Studio 415, we would like to say special thanks to Molly Shaw Peak students from Perry Hill Elementary for joining us here in the studio today.